Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101. Time for a fact that makes your brain go. And it's about Illinois being top 5 in spending on this, which Illinois residents on average, it's $116,000 per 10,000 residents, which is about $11.60 per person. And you may think this is great. You may think it's low. You may think it's weird. You might be one of the ones that spend more than this, maybe $1,000 a year on this. And Kenzie guessed air conditioning, like extra in air conditioning, because everybody complains about it being cold, but then when it gets hot, crank that air down, get it down like the 55 and that icebox feeling. Then Case says it's hot dogs who are, quote, having a moment.
Hot dogs are having a moment.
Extra on hot dogs. Both those are wrong. Listeners guessed in a lot of different things and pretty much came up right on this one. Now, this may not sound like a fact that makes your brain go, but it is on OnlyFans.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah. So OnlyFans.
That sucks.
So Illinois is top 5 in this. Again, $116,000 per 10,000 residents. Sounds like that money could go to better use when you hear it like that. That's why I said it like that. If 10,000 people pulled $116,000, 10,000 people with that, maybe we could do some good in the world. You upset about this?
And I have to, this sucks. It just sucks. So that's what's happening.
Now, why does it suck?
It sucks because, I'm sorry, but girls would not, I mean, you're not going to want to date somebody that is literally paying for subscriptions on OnlyFans. I'm not saying somebody who goes and looks at something because they have some time to themselves. Everyone's like, but like paying for subscriptions, because it's like, I feel like it's going to be the same guys who complain that dates are too expensive. And it's like, well, maybe if you spent less money on porn, you could have good dates. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, went on this date last week and she ordered mozzarella sticks to start off the date. I'm like, I'm out. I'm out.
Yeah, you expensive bitch. Here's $47 a month, though, to my favorite naked queen. Like, okay.
Naked queen, hello.
Oh, God. Come on, guys.
It is kind of fascinating because obviously what has driven the internet's success was porn. Like the technology advancements through the internet came from porn and people paying or free stuff on there. And OnlyFans is a thing that I'm stunned by this Sophie Rain. Who said she made $76 million? Now, look, I'm not on it. I've never seen her. I've never seen anything going on there at all. But she put her Social Security statement up that showed she made $76 million last year.
Well, I will say I was on Twitter and X, whatever the hell you want to call it. I don't even know what to call it.
We call it Twitter on this show.
Okay. So I was on there. And I saw it listed 5 of like the top earners. So I'm sure that girl was on there because it was like a crazy amount. And then like how much they make. So it was like, 25 million, 76 million, like that. Next to athletes, right?
Right.
And men were going in. They're like, this is effing ridiculous. They, one has talent, one doesn't. I'm sitting there going, well, men are making both of them rich. So just so you know, the reason that both these athletes and then these women have a lot of money, it's all out of men's pockets for the most part.
Hey, I don't care if you earn. Good for you. However it comes your way, whether it's through a jump shot, or whatever's going on OnlyFans with Sophie Rain.
But like that's what was so funny about it is I'm like, well, like somebody subscribing, someone's paying for it.
Like, I don't think she's doing
Something
porn on
had
there.
to come through the window and get the floor all wet, Todd. Like, that's how it felt.
Yeah, maybe your Uncle Bob. You don't know. I mean, somebody's paying for it if she's showing that proof that she made $76 million. Like, if our listeners, I say right now, has somebody seen her, then text in. I want to know.
Well, 773 has. They said very talented gal.
Okay, well, what does she do?
But there's so much free. This is where I think the ick comes from for girls, is that it's like there's so much free stuff that you're like, no, I'm going to spend my money on it. And it's like, why are you spending your money on that? Like, I feel like all these sites are free, right?
Well, to your point, as far as people that spend on OnlyFans, it's a very low number. Some people are on there. I guess you can see.
There's accounts that are free on there.
Yeah, you can see stuff without paying. So you could do that and just be kind of happy. I don't know. When you pay, obviously you're going to get more. I don't know what she's doing on there, this Sophie Ray, to make $76 million.
You're telling me you can get more than you can get on, like, Pornhub? Like, all of the site from this girl?
It's different. It's a different experience, though.
Why?
So
Okay, so tell us about this.
Yeah, I really don't know. Like, isn't it just porn?
I was waiting for somebody to kick the ball to me. This is my area of expertise. I mean, there's certainly some accounts on OnlyFans that are going to offer way more behind a paywall than what they would offer for free.
Right.
There's also the idea, and this is something that what I've heard a Sophie Rain type would excel in. In almost a virtual girlfriend experience where you can form a digital relationship with these people that is obviously awkward because there's payment involved and it would feel very one-sided, almost like, trying to convince yourself that a stripper actually likes you. It feels like a same deal there, but a lot of people end up spending a lot of money either because they have...
They're doing like personal video calls, you mean?
Yeah, there's that. There's texting. Some people, I think I can use this term. Some people have like a pay pig fetish where they get
I've
turned
heard
on.
of pay
Yeah, this is Kenzie. This is where you can make your money. There are people that are turned on by spending money on women.
Yeah, like
Wait.
wait.
Yeah.
Okay, wait.
Hold on. Slow down.
There's this girl on TikTok. Hold on. You, Brian, just know. There's this girl on TikTok who talks about how she's like, I don't even know these men. I send them nothing. I do that, but they are pay pigs, so their fetish is women telling them they have to send them money. She goes, and she pulled up her text, and all she did is goes, I want 300 right now. I want 500 right now. And there's no other interaction. That's it. And they just send her money because her being like dominating and saying, give me money, even though there's no pictures or no anything, is attractive to them.
Okay, two things.
And
First,
I'm like, my husband, why isn't that your fetish? You son of a bitch.
well, two things. Can I do that?
Do what?
Be a dominatrix to these
You
guys
can
out
send me
there.
money.
No. I want to be like these dominatrix to these guys and then say, send me money right now.
You could probably create a fake account, meet guys, and then be like, send me 400, and you're just out to eat with your wife.
Okay, that sounds cool.
However you want to be a dominatrix to these guys is your own deal.
That's what I want to do.
Okay.
And then the pay pig, when you said that, I thought you paid them to just go roll around in mud.
That is a separate thing, my friend.
So pay pig is just because they get turned on by being dominated and saying, pay me right now, like Kenzie just said.
Yeah, that's the industry term, is a pay pig.
A pay pig.
Yeah.
That's like their literal fetish is women being like, you have to send me this money, and then being short with them. Like, you know how like people who want that, like they like to be like treated bad? Like,
Sure,
that's
sure.
what they're into.
I'm
and
familiar,
I'm like, what
yeah.
the F?
Now, Juan has a retort to you, Kenzie.
What?
It's saying, ooh. He said, God forbid I support a small local woman-owned business. God. So there you go. Put that in your pipe.
Brian and Kenzie.
On Q 101.
Weird Al tickets coming up in Clash with Kenzie. We'll get you on the phones in just about 15 minutes. We have sports before that. A lot went on with the Cubs, Sox, and, of course, the NBA Finals. But before we get there, we had a fact that makes your brain go. In Illinois, $116,000 is spent among every 10,000 residents on OnlyFans. That was our fact today. And a lot of people checked in on the situations, but Nicole has a story. Oh, my goodness. I think I'll just let Nicole tell the story right now. She sent a text in, first-time texter, I believe, and she has given us permission to use her name, Nicole. So, ahoy, Nicole. Tell us what happened to you this weekend.
Hold on, she's not on the air yet, Brian. Put her on the air.
There we
you
go. There we go. Hello, Nicole.
Yes.
Okay, tell us what happened this weekend.
I happened to find my boyfriend of 3 years. He had an old cell phone laying around, and I went through it.
Period.
Because I just had a little feeling. And I found multiple different accounts, Gmail and Yahoo, connected with OnlyFans, and this is actually the third or fourth time that I have found the account. So he keeps on making new ones, and yeah, he subscribed to the same women, few women. $24.99 a month. There's $50 a month.
60 a month.
Yeah. Yeah, 50. Yeah, on Valentine's Day. Actually,
Oh
I'm
my
looking.
God.
I know. I'm looking at the Yahoo receipts right now. Yeah. So
when you've caught him in the past, you've made it very clear that this is like a non-negotiable, not okay with you?
well, no, because actually, so I never had full proof. It was just I don't know.
Intuition.
I never answered, but it's just yeah. And he would always say, no, it's nothing, it's nothing. And OnlyFans was, I didn't really know what OnlyFans was, I guess. Because I don't really have a problem with watching like the free porn or anything like that, but it's the paying, like paying for it, and it's women that are, in our area and the communicating.
You also noted in your text that I mentioned this Sophie Rain girl, this gal. She made $76 million in the last year. We now know how, because your man spent at least $75 on her.
Yeah, and that's just the one account, and he subscribed to her on both of them, plus Twitter and Instagram.
Whoa.
So,
Wait, why? What is the point of that?
I don't know. I asked him, but he just... we were on FaceTime, and he just stared at me with a blank stare.
Well,
Can I need to ask, how much does he spend on you?
Good question. I I don't know. I mean, we kind of just split our everything. I don't know.
He's gone.
Not that
Immediately
much,
no. He's spending more on random women in your area than you, and you have to actually put in physical work with this man, I'm assuming? Absolutely not.
Well, yeah, and it's just the attention part of it. Like, I've noticed, like, the complete withdrawing, like he's, downstairs, and he's in his little man cave all the time, and I'll come in there, and then all of a sudden he'll throw his phone. We're like,
that should have been, happened to me 1,000 times. And then I got smart.
Yeah, I'm like starting to think. I'm like, wait, did that just happen? Like questioning if I seen it right. Yeah.
What is your next step here? What are your thoughts after this weekend? You've had time to set in. You're talking about it. You're communicating. He just stared at you, which isn't the world's best response. I got to be honest. So what are you going to do next?
Hopefully a face-to-face, not a FaceTime conversation. Let's start there first, face-to-face.
I'm not sure, actually. I don't know, because we have been together for a long time, but at the same time, it's kind of, it's the third or fourth time this has happened.
What is a long time? How long have you guys been together?
So, we've been together 4 years. About 4 years.
Wow, that's a long time.
So
yeah, that
I think
qualifies.
you deserve, I'm going to just be really honest, I think you deserve a lot better than that. There's a lot better guys out there. I don't care if you've been with them for 20 years. Just go date somebody better for a year.
Yeah, I don't it's the lying and the sneaking about it. If you were just honest, I feel like I wouldn't feel so like I'm being cheated on. That's what I feel like. Yeah, cheated on or something. I don't know. It's so weird.
He's sending other women in your area money and chatting with them. Absolutely, you have a right to feel like you're being cheated on, and you're allowed to set whatever boundaries you're comfortable with. And you don't even have to justify what you're doing right now is you're trying to be an awesome girlfriend and be like, it's just the lying about it. His activity sucks too. It's not even just that, but the lying does suck, girl.
Yeah, the boundary could be $35. You could make,
$0.
Amen.
I'm just trying to get there. Maybe,
Here's the thing, girl. He is being so selfish because what he's doing is he's spending money on every little activity he wants to participate in, but he doesn't have to spend money on you. He can go 50-50 with you.
Well, let's do this.
No.
What was the last time you asked him to go do something? He said, we don't have money to do that. Was that something recent?
No.
Well,
not
of course
really.
he has the money to do it. He doesn't have to pay for her.
Oh my gosh.
This is boy, he's not paying her way. He's like, yeah, I'll go do that and only pay for me. No. People will get away, girl. You can't let people get away with that because, of course, like if you tell somebody like, "Oh, that's not my expectation. You have to pay for me. I'm cool. They never will because it'll be like awesome. Like you can't. You deserve so much better than that.
Yeah.
Well,
so much better.
Why don't you do this? So, are you going to have a confrontation today or this week about it?
He comes home Tuesday night going into Wednesday.
Set his place on fire.
Well, hold on. It's her place, too. Hold on. You guys live together, right? You guys live together. Don't burn down the house. Don't do that.
Yeah, we live together.
Okay. Maybe we'll all be there. How about myself, Kenzie, and Case all be there when he comes home as an intervention, like in Sopranos?
Oh my God, wouldn't that be? Oh my.
You
Oh,
need to
Jesus.
call us, girl. We need to know what happens here, but you need to get hyped up. Do you have like a girl clique or something? You need to get hyped up before this conversation. You need to go in much less nice.
Yeah. Yeah, I got to prep myself. I don't know.
We'll do that, and please let us know what happens. Be safe and careful, and let us know what happens when you have this confrontation.
You know what
about
you should do? You should create an OnlyFans account and then be like, look, I have 10 subscribers. Send me money now. Maybe I'll sign up for that and pay you monthly.
I know. I was starting to think of doing something just to like, I don't know, but I don't know.
Get
Too
them,
much
girl.
work.
Be less nice. Be less nice. Be less nice.
What's that called? A prize pig again?
Pay pig.
Pay pig.
Girl, you need to get you a pay pig.
I do.
Hell yeah.
If anybody wants to be Nicole's pay pig, text in at 312-591-8300.
Send us a resume and how much you make, and we can get you in contact with Nicole.
Yeah.
We can. That's our girl.
We need a Bitcoin kind of person. We need someone like that.
If you have an offshore account, that's
Yeah.
who we're looking for.
Yeah. If you got a boat in the playpen this weekend, please get ready to help out Nicole.
Oh, God.
Nicole, please hit us up on Wednesday then. So right at this time, if you can, like so 6:45-ish on Wednesday, and let us know what happens.
Please. I'm rooting for
Yeah.
you.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, take care. Thanks so much for talking to us.
Thank you. Bye.
All right, bye. Wow. Okay. Well, we'll see what happens.
You know, every once in a while I forget that Kenzie is just a terrifying detective. And if a woman is wrong, Kenzie's going to ask the right questions that just push their buttons in a way that is, I'll never cross anybody because I'm afraid of what Kenzie will do.
What do you mean?
No, you ask great questions. It's just like, how much is she spending on you? And I was like, oh my God, Kenzie came ready for this conversation.
Like not up in here.
No.
She needs, you know what? She seems very sweet because somebody texted in like, this seems weird to me. Like, why is she calling a radio station? She needs a better girl crew. She seems alone to me. And that's
Yeah.
why she's being too nice to him. That seems like the person in her life and it's like, she needs a better girl crew. She needs somebody to build her up.
Well, she was a first-time texter, which we appreciate.
Yes.
And that's why,
We got you, girl.
Case went back and called her right away to get her on the air. So 6:45 on Wednesday. Look for the result and what happens with her confrontation with her mans about having not one, not two, three OnlyFans accounts on burner phones that he throws across the room when she walks in the room.
Yahoo and Gmail.
Yeah. Oh, he's got a Hotmail
He's
out
got
there
a
too.
Hotmail, he's got an AOL.
Yeah.
Good
it's
Lord, imagine what else she hasn't found.
That's right. Coming up after Jacob's Castle, doing Sublime, it is Brian and Kenzie on Q101. We'll get to sports. What happened over the weekend? A lot.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
You can't defeat her. She's too powerful.
Klash with Kenzie.
Let the battle begin.
Q101.
Wow, Weird Al tickets for the sold-out show this Sunday at Ravinia, the bigger, weirder 2025 tour from our great friends at Ravinia and from Brian and Kenzie on Q101 to pass us on. Now, the phones were so crazy. We've had our phone lines break before in the last couple of months around this time, and it almost happened again. If you were not selected for Clash with Kenzie today, give us a call back tomorrow at 7:10. Right after we do sports, we usually play one song, and then we get people on the phones. So tomorrow and all week, every day at that time, Weird Al tickets.
Because I'll let Brian introduce who's playing in just a second, but for those that don't know, maybe it's your first time calling in, what we do is we've got 10 phone lines, we take all 10 calls, then we randomly select somebody to play, except for today when there's somebody who we definitely want to get through for a special occasion.
And that is Jordan, who it's his birthday, I understand. Jordan, happy birthday.
Ahoy, thank you so much.
And how old are you, if you don't mind me asking?
39 years old.
39, so you're mid-30s.
Yes, yeah,
Period.
absolutely.
I love that people are learning. I'm so happy you picked up on that, Brian.
Yes. So, when you turn 40, you can still say mid-30s. Don't worry about it. That's what Kenzie does. It's all good,
Yep.
except for 10 years less. Has it been a good life so far?
It's been pretty good. I mean, it'll be even better if I can get to see Weird Al.
All right, that's a good way to go into this. So, first 1 to 5 wins. Listen carefully. If Kenzie gets one wrong, you can steal a point. She can do the same with you. Call heads or tails, birthday boy Jordan.
Tails.
It is tails. All right. Question number 1. What is the 2-letter postal abbreviation for the state of Virginia?
VA?
VA is right. Birthday boy's on the board. He's sweating on that one already. So, Kenzie, what does the first A in NASA stand for?
Oh, isn't it?
Sound it out.
It's stop it. I say it wrong. It's aeronautics? Aeronautics?
I guess we're gonna give it to her.
Aeronautics.
Aeronautics.
Nautics. Nautics.
You can say it all together. Aeronautics.
Aeronautics.
The National Aeronautics and Space.
I don't love that word. I gotta be honest.
Nuttix. Who knows?
Yeah.
All right, 1-1. There we go. Let's stay with space. Jordan, what is the significance of Apollo 11?
That was the first. That was the first one to land on the moon.
That's right.
Correct?
First one on the moon was Apollo 11.
Yes.
There you go. Neil Armstrong sitting there while Buzz Aldrin was like making some tang. And then he was supposed to go out first. And Neil Armstrong said, bye. And he
walked to the door.
Walked out and got on the moon.
He pantsed Buzz Aldrin so he couldn't get on the moon.
Pulled down his spacesuit to his ankles. Later, bruh. Sorry you can't breathe right now, but I'm going to go walk on this moon.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Everybody will remember me, not you.
Can you imagine the thought of that? If like everybody's going to be honorable here and you go out there. No, I'm not letting that a-hole go out first.
They decided Buzz was supposed to go out first? Like they had made that decision ahead of time?
Yeah, that Neil pantsed him and he couldn't go out there.
Why did they go Buzz first? Why?
What a name like Buzz. You want a guy like Buzz? First guy on the moon? Buzz.
They went alphabetical.
Yeah.
But then
Really?
but then Neil pantsed him, and so Neil got on the moon first.
He was probably like, this is stupid. Just because your mom named you with a B doesn't mean you get to go out first. That would piss me off.
Yeah, while he was arguing, he pushed him back, pantsed him, and he got out there.
Yeah, Buzz Aldrin's ass was on the moon.
Nice ass print, right?
Nice ass print. Hey, I'll
Because
show
I
you
gotta
a
be
crater.
honest, I never remember his full name.
Which one? Buzz Aldrin?
Buzz. I don't
Aldrin,
remember
yeah.
that.
Think about this guy. I'm going to be real space nerdy here. There's a guy named Michael Collins who was the third astronaut, Kenzie. Yeah. He had to stay in the thing orbiting the moon. So the two
He
go.
never got to get out?
He didn't even get out. The other guys go down to the planet. He's
Oh
up
my
there.
God, that's like driving to vacation and then watching your family go on. That sucks.
You guys have fun on Myrtle Beach. I'll be in the car.
Yeah, look, Disney looks really cool from the car.
You know when your dad couldn't find parking? It's just like, you guys go ahead. I'll find a spot.
I'm gonna circle. Circle.
And then he comes back like 3 hours later. I couldn't find a spot.
Ass. I would be so mad. I drove all the way here.
Yeah. Poor Michael
to
Collins.
The moon.
Yeah, it sucks. Sucks, man.
Wow.
Okay.
All right, so it's back to Kenzie.
It is back to Kenzie. 2-1, Kenzie. Remember the name Michael Collins for tomorrow. 2-1. It's back to Kenzie.
No.
So Kenzie, other than Eazy-E or Ice Cube. And by the way, Ice-T was in town over the weekend at Reggie's.
Yes.
No relation to NWA.
No affiliation.
No affiliation. But the NWA rap group, give me somebody else. So not Eazy-E and not Ice Cube.
MC Ren.
MC Ren was in there. Good.
Super
Yeah.
underrated.
Yeah.
Super underrated.
Yeah, and it's amazing. I love the deep cut, too.
Yeah.
There's a couple others out there that are a little more popular. So 2-2.
And back to Jordan.
Jordan.
Yeah.
What is the name of Woody's horse in the movie franchise Toy Story?
Bullseye.
Bullseye is right. No hesitation. So he's up 3-2, right?
That's right.
Back to Kenzie. What is the name of the fish that Ellen DeGeneres voices in Finding Nemo?
Dory.
Dory is right. Let me tell you, I
Kids movies we got. Those
Yeah.
are the easy ones.
Nailing it.
had some trauma the other day as Harper, I was told, had seen Finding Nemo. And
Okay.
Megan left the house and she goes, I want to watch Nemo. So I'm sitting there watching Nemo. I've never seen Nemo. Finding Nemo.
Okay.
Well,
What's the problem?
that first 10 minutes is rough.
Traumatic.
I mean, listen, Disney does that. It's like, oh, let's
That's
kill
what
off
they're good
your
at.
favorite,
Yeah.
and then we'll do the movie.
Yeah, but then Harper starts bawling and crying, and I'm like, what's going on? Are you upset here? And then I go, well, of course you're upset. This is terrifying what's going on the screen. And Megan had punked me and said she'd seen it before, which she had, but didn't get very upset the first time.
So Harper cried when the mom died?
No, when Nemo, the little fish, gets taken by the scuba diver. Sorry for the spoiler.
No kidding.
Whatever. Everyone can deal.
That's the funny thing,
They
though.
have to find him, so obviously he has to get lost.
You know what's funny is that's what I thought. I said, well, the movie is called Finding Nemo.
Yeah, get it together.
But Harper might be a serial killer because she didn't care when all the other kids got killed and the mom. She only started crying when Nemo got taken.
Oh. I can't believe the first part I thought would scare her because it's the big fish and it killed everybody.
I mean, everybody. I was probably the biggest killing since.
I know. It was a mass eating.
I'm trying to think of a tragedy.
Give me a tragic killing.
I was trying to think of the guy that did the Kool-Aid in Africa. Jim Jones.
Oh, I thought you were going to go like Hotel Rwanda,
not
maybe.
Ballin', the other one.
No, not the rapper Jim Jones. That's a question for tomorrow. 3-3, it's back to Jordan.
3-3, back to
I hope
Jordan.
you don't have any birthday plans. Sorry, Jordan.
Yeah.
We got some time.
Okay. Jordan, what famous speech was delivered on November 19th, 1863, and only lasted 2 minutes?
Gettysburg Address.
That's right. Good job, Jordan.
Right.
Check out the big brain on
Oh,
Jordan.
look at the big brain.
Kenzie, this is an easy one for you.
Oh, no.
What
I hate when you say that because it makes me feel very tense.
What president allegedly got stuck in a bathtub?
Stuck in it. What? Why?
There's a president that got allegedly stuck in a bathtub.
I don't know. Why would that be easy?
So guess a president. Which one do you think would get?
Why, based on what I usually get right, would this be?
It's called sarcasm, Kenzie. So guess a president that you think you get stuck in a bathtub.
I don't know. What president was really fat?
Well, that's part of the question.
Probably.
So
Or
let's see. Fat presidents.
Or just weak.
think of fat presidents. Just give me one. Just give me anyone top of your head.
I don't know. Honestly, now I can only think of skinny ones. My mind's like really. I feel like, he's not fat, but I just feel like he did a lot of stupid stuff. Was it Bill Clinton?
It was not Bill Clinton. That's a good guess because maybe he got stuck with somebody in the bathtub.
Yeah, that's what I mean. He just did dumb stuff.
Yeah.
Now, before Jordan answers, Brian, can you do Clinton stuck in a bathtub? Because you do a pretty good Clinton.
Hey, Monica, I know we did stuff behind the desk, but you want to go in this bathtub? It seems like it'd be a pretty good time here. Oh, damn, I'm stuck.
All right.
There's a bonus for you there today. So what president got stuck in a bathtub, Jordan? For the win. For the
shot in
win.
the dark. I'm going to say Taft.
Taft? You guessed Taft? Or he had time to Google it while Kenzie was
That's
pontificating.
fine. It's his birthday. I don't care.
That's right. Congratulations. It was Taft. And I guess
Oh, my gosh.
And I think he was pretty big. I think Taft was a big dog.
Yeah,
I don't even know who William Taft is. I don't
Take
know
a look at him, see if he's a big dog. And congratulations, you are the first person of the week to win Weird Al Yankovic tickets, Bigger and Weirder 2025 tour at Ravinia. Sold out this Sunday, and it's from our great friends at Ravinia and Brian and Kenzie on Q101. Happy birthday, Jordan.
Woo! Thank you so much, guys.
Oh, thank you, man. Have a great day today and a great day Sunday. It's Brian and Kenzie on Q101.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
We got a few mistake texts there to the other text line, so make sure you text Lorde, Lorde, to 95819. That's how you enter.
Not us.
Yeah, that's how you enter for the contest. And it's our number, just a different number. But that's how you get a chance to go see Lorde anywhere you want to see Lorde in America. And also meet her. Pretty incredible. Now, you have till about 9 o'clock. So if you're in the middle of some massive traffic, you can wait till you pull over in a little while and get it in once this morning. If you already did, don't do it again. We'll have a new keyword tomorrow at 6:15. We get it going. But moving forward, we have to pour one out. We cannot move on the show until we pour one out. This one, I think, affects everybody listening. Everybody's used this product. We're pouring one out for Fred Smith, 80 years old. Pretty good run there to 80. Tennessee's most important citizen. I should say Memphis, Tennessee's most important citizen is what he was named. A lot of stuff came out of Memphis. The blues, rock and roll.
A lot of good stuff.
Yep. But Fred Smith, what he did was he founded FedEx.
Oh.
And he passed away at 80 over the weekend. He started FedEx in 1973 with 14 small planes flying packages to 25 U.S. cities. 14 planes. Still sounds like a lot in 73. You could tell me they have 14 planes now, and I'd believe it.
I know, it says a lot of planes.
I say, that's a lot of
But let me
planes.
tell you something. For what they charge for next day delivery, you think it does sound like, limited plane space. Good Lord.
This guy, talk about changing something, disrupting the industry. You can get a package the next day on one of my 14 planes in 1973. Insane. I'm looking really quick. How many do they have now? Let's see. FedEx has.
I like their planes. I like looking at them. I don't know how many they have, though.
Good paint jobs.
Yeah, I love
What do you
it.
mean you like looking at them?
Because when I'm at an airport, which is never, but when I'm at an airport, hypothetically, I like seeing the purple plane, the orange lettering pops. It's the same, Denny Hamlin, the NASCAR driver, for a very long time drove the FedEx car. I always thought it looked great.
Good call. I met Denny Hamlin. Nice guy.
Yeah, Denny Hamlin, Paul. I didn't expect that.
No, I did not this morning. They have 741 planes now. They had 14 back in 73.
Wow.
You think that's all the planes in the sky are just FedEx planes? If there's that many. Which, how we order stuff on Amazon, all that, it pretty much covers it.
Wait, this gives me an idea.
Oh, no.
Case should watch Castaway this week. Wasn't that a FedEx plane?
Yes. Yes.
It's perfect.
Do you have a plan for a movie already? Is there an anniversary?
I'm doing Days of Thunder, 35th anniversary.
Who cares?
Oh.
Yeah,
Who cares? That's your boy Tom Cruise.
I know, but we just did Tom Cruise. You should Castaway.
Well, he's in a lot of movies. Tom Cruise in a lot of movies. Let's not get distracted on that. The thing with FedEx, you said, what year was it founded? The 70s?
73, he founded it with 14 planes.
I just would have assumed FedEx had been around since medieval times. I can't imagine a world without it. I would have thought at some point they went from dragons to airplanes. They've been around that long.
Was it the first besides the mail, USPS? Was it the first thing, shipping wise, besides mail?
Probably.
Right?
Because there's no one in between I can think of that. Well, they failed miserably trying to deliver something
don't
next
you
day.
think mail was wait a minute? It's yeah, bitch. Yeah. Maybe you should have gotten it together because I'm not using you anymore.
Yeah, do you think the post people, the postmen, the post office were like, yeah, right?
Yeah, because they're I do, because the government should never own this kind of service because the problem is that when they do a bad job and you leave a Yelp review, it doesn't matter and they don't care. And I will never forgive them because they ruined all of my invitations. So I hate them.
I don't co-sign any of this, just so everybody's clear.
I do.
I'm not going to slander the postal service.
They do. They don't care. So sorry.
Some people probably care in there.
Did I say that? Did I say nobody who ever worked there ever cared? No, but as a whole,
that's what it sounded like to me.
That's exactly what you just said.
But I go, no, it's a joke because there's no accountability because they're well, that was though. The problem is you'll ship something from local and then it goes to a different state and they're like, well, we decided you didn't spend enough on your envelope because we think it's a different size and we're just going to ruin all of them. I'm like, well, the other post office told me to spend that. I don't understand.
We understand.
And it sucks. But what I love about this is my point is that it's that they thought well, what are they going to do? And then FedEx is we're going to buy some planes, bitch, and we're going to drop off mail too. And I love that.
We understand the PTSD on the wedding invite scenario.
And they ruined all my invites.
That's right. But however, to your point, Kenzie, the prices certainly have gone up a lot. I remember, I think I sent something for $10 back in the day overnight and it got there. Now it's certainly pricier, but everything's pricier. So what are you going to do?
Well, I could just buy a ticket and bring it on the plane myself sometimes.
So before FedEx, there is obviously the Postal Service, not the band, which is the Death Cab for Cutie offshoot, but the actual United States Postal Service. UPS was founded in 1907.
Whoa, they go way back.
So that's how long Brown's been doing that for you.
Damn.
Julio checked in the Pony Express, a classic. They loved delivering stuff. And then 630 checked in.
Hold on. Kenzie, your invites would have got there way better if they were on a horse. The Pony Express. Imagine those guys just got on a horse, started racing with your package.
Was it a horse or a train? I thought it was a train.
No, I think there were horses in the beginning. That's why it was the Pony Express.
I understand the name, but I thought they were naming the train after the horse.
No, I believe it was a horse first.
Because that's crazy.
Well, let's not put the horse before the train here.
Boom.
You can see yourself to the door, Kenzie.
Hey, Kenzie, it's been a great 2 years. It's been a pleasure.
Let's see. No, it was riders and horses.
God, that's crazy.
And then when they built enough train tracks, then it became the train. But there wasn't a lot of train tracks back
then. They put the horse out of work.
Yeah, the poor horses got.
Man.
I think the horses really appreciate it. I don't think they're getting paid a great wage.
Can you imagine the conversation with the horse saying, "You don't have to do this anymore"? And the horse is like,
God.
so good. Now, the funny thing, or I should say interesting thing about, today people will often, especially with Instagram, make a point saying, go for it. You only live once. There's no tomorrow unless you make it for yourself.
About mail?
No.
Oh.
Just in general on your dreams.
Brian's been watching male influencers lately. MAIL.
It's some Instagram model in like some kind of cut-up postal outfit with an inspirational message for everybody.
She's doing sexy postal worker.
Yeah, I'm talking about people like searching their dreams, and people say, don't give up, go for it. And in the early days of FedEx, Fred Smith, who just passed away, reporting went out for him. He took the company's last $5,000 and he went to Vegas and he won $27,000 playing blackjack. He took the company's last $5,000. They were going to go bankrupt. And that win was crucial because it allowed FedEx to pay a $24,000 fuel bill and keep the company operational for another week. And then that paid off because then in that week, he secured funding and helped save FedEx from bankruptcy and going under. So him going to Vegas with the $5,000, he went to petty cash. Everybody should go to their petty cash company today and go gamble it.
Kenzie, we're going to send you to Vegas with the company's last $5,000 and see
God,
what you can do.
You should go do that, Kenzie.
I need the Britney Spears slot machine.
That will save Q101 without question.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101, and we were pouring one out for Fred Smith, the founder of FedEx. It led to a lot of various conversations from that. And on the text line, you guys checked in, 312-591-8300. Case, what do you got?
630 checked in. Will he be buried in a priority overnight shipping container?
Oh, that's good.
Something to consider. Save money.
Kenzie, what do you got on the text line?
Marshall texted in and said, my father-in-law, all his life, retired mailman, and trust us, all we do is talk about how bad the post office is. Go off, Kenzie.
That poor guy, that's all he had to hear
worked
about.
From the inside, baby. He knew. That's what I'm saying.
Or maybe they just didn't like their dad for other reasons.
No.
We don't know the whole
They
story.
adored him. Shut up.
He was a great postman, but a bad man.
Maybe he had a secret family somewhere.
It could be that.
And maybe he delivered the mail to them on time.
Highly unlikely if it's the mail. Sure it was late.
Text comes in from Cicero. Thanks for listening this morning, Cicero, saying, in Lake Geneva, they still deliver mail by boat.
By boat?
Wait a minute.
Well, how do you get up to all the house? You still got to walk to the house then.
Well, thanks for this information from Cicero today, but let me see. So, oh my God. So it's a Lake Geneva tradition.
You
which,
just sound like you found out somebody was murdered on the boat. What do you mean, oh my God?
well, because they're not only
This
saying,
better be good.
Kenzie.
It did sound like Sherlock Holmes.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, Kenzie, this should be in Kenzie's Crimes tomorrow, okay?
Okay.
No, sit back, get your popcorn. Are you ready for this? In Lake Geneva, which I've been to several times, but I never spent much time around figuring out what's going on in there, and now I know.
You never asked about the mail there.
There's a U.S. mail boat tour that you can pay $58 to go on. It's 2.5 hours.
$58.
But it's 2.5 hours. That's pretty good for 2.5 hours on Lake Geneva. But it says, take part in one of America's most unique traditions. Join our daring mail jumpers on this exciting cruise as they leap from the boat to deliver mail to 75 lakeside residents.
Are they Tom Cruise
Why
in
do they
Mission
jump?
Impossible?
So they say, without waiting for it to stop, they jump off the boat while it's moving to deliver mail.
No way.
Has anybody ever done this, seen this tour?
Oh, wait, hold on.
Yeah, there's a lot here. I understand.
Part of me is like, is that how they're making money off all this? The people that are paying are then working? Like, you don't have to jump off the boat and deliver mail?
No, you sit back and
What
enjoy
a
the
sick
No.
system
No.
instead of paying people.
You sit back and enjoy the boat tour while the trained male jumpers, and I'm not saying male meaning they could be female male jumpers.
Anybody's welcome.
It's inclusive. Anything you want to do to jump in the water and deliver mail, I don't know who wants to do that.
But so do people have mailboxes in the back of their house instead then? Because or do they have to jump off the boat right to the front?
It's a bad look when you're all wet trying to get to the front of the house in like your
Because we should have done
sweatsuit.
this by car, huh? Mailboxes are in front of the house.
There's a road right there. We could have just drove. So witness the thrilling feat up close as our captain and crew share stories of Lake Geneva's historic lakeside estates while they deliver the mail to them on the mail boat tour. We need to do a broadcast for this boat.
We have to go to Lake Geneva and do a live broadcast.
Oh my God, can we? I love Lake Geneva.
Yeah.
Okay, I love going there. But somebody texted it and Tony said, I have gone on that boat tour and our jumper did fall in the water at one point.
Well, you mean he fell in?
Wait, you must have missed the boat.
Wait, hold on. How does the mail not get wet if they're jumping in the water?
This is what I mean. The mail sucks.
Do they
You're
just
gonna
have
get
my
soggy letters?
Are they swimming with my bills?
Neil also checked in from Cicero and said sometimes they leave them behind if they don't make it back on the boat. Like, they just
Oh, like
leave
the
them.
person?
Yeah, the person's gone.
Yeah, this is what they. Oh my God, Omar texted in and said, I've seen a lot of videos of those mail boats, and a lot of times the mail jumpers don't make it back in time. Stop the boat. Now, why do these guys?
To answer your to answer your question, Kenzie, the mailbox is on the dock.
Okay.
On those, I just so it's not out front of the house.
It's becoming a real stop the boat. Like, look at this. Like, that's our thing. We don't stop the boat. Everyone keeps landing in the water.
We gotta go to Lake Geneva. Check this
Oh my
out.
God! If you can get us on one of those boats to do a live broadcast, you hit us up. You let me know.
You okay, girl?
It's a lake. Like, just stop it for a second.
Well, that's no fun. We want.
We've had a real problem with our guys not getting back in the boat lately.
It's more fun getting chopped up by a propeller while delivering the Costco
my
sale
God.
prices this week.
Oh, it's just so funny. A lot of times they don't make it back.
We lost a lot of good men out there.
Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.